to be caught. Oh, there's the sleep, the surge. He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster. Vacuum in. Ravage on everyone. The black hole as well. Light of heaven turns it around. Ravage as well. Stolen by Deadly. Are you kidding me? They turn it around. 4 heroes dead.
5 heroes dead. Chuan trying to survive. Chuan's gonna go down. Puppy talked about the Naga counter. It's Light of Heaven with his BKB. They turn it around. I don't even know how they're gonna do it. Standing ovation from the crowd.
So what's your opinion on South African gaming?
Generally, it's relatively small compared to global, like international gaming, but it's growing rapidly. The gaming industry is worth more than the film and music industry combined. So internationally, the prize pool for the internet, like Dota 2 International, which is a game, and it's a competitive game, and the prize pool for that tournament was bigger than the US Golf Masters and the Super Bowl. Locally, we've had quite a lot of growth with a whole lot of new tournaments, and our teams have formed into like really organized groups compared to like previous years.
Where does South Africa stand like compared to international?
I think, in my opinion, well, I wouldn't say catching up, but they're definitely growing. So whether it's, I don't know what pace you could say, but definitely with the growth of international scene, South Africa is growing. And I'd like to think that they're catching up and getting there.
But we're still a long way behind.
Yeah, no doubt.
So would you guys like move overseas to game more, or?
If we had the talent.
I don't think that would be necessary, because if we just had the exposure. So if you look at South America, they had a lot of exposure, and then nobody thought they were good enough, and one of the best teams in the world for Counter-Strike comes from there now. Luminar.
So who gave them the platform? Was it just like the country, or?
I think it was a lot of work from Fallen, like one of the members of the team. So he like was part of the org, and apparently he got donations from like overseas like teams because they saw how good they were, and they went to these tournaments, and ultimately it was just their talent really, like that they got the opportunity to play overseas, and they did really well.
You ready, ready, ready. You ready, ready, ready. You ready, ready, ready. You ready, ready, ready.
Right now, as South African gaming is, you can't have a career in it. So how does this affect your gaming lifestyle?
I've been at the top end of SA gaming with coming second and third, but we are still very limited as gamers in South Africa. We cannot compete on the same level as the Europeans and Americans.
Is there any way you can earn a living through gaming via entertainment rather than competing?
There's a lot of people who do streaming, so they stream a image of what they're doing on their computer, and maybe they have a video camera that's recording their face or whatever, and they stream that across the internet, and people watch that on things like twitch.tv, and there's a bunch of places. And they receive monies through people who subscribe to them and through donations.
You guys can just like introduce yourselves. If you have a gamer's name, just say it.
You do. This does.
My name is Pink Pony.
Did you guys have any interest in like technology or like the gaming scene? So like computers, graphics cards. You can see Susan.
I've got a casual interest in like software, but not on the gaming side.
So more like
operating
use.
systems and phones and stuff, not
Your phone.
Yeah.
Maybe a laptop.
Yeah.
Whatever comes in the laptop.
Did you guys go to like competitions that they competed, or?
I think I would.
Yeah. Depends where it is.
Yeah.
And if they are driving.
And they pay.
Yeah.
Do you think the competitive scene is growing in South Africa?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it is.
It is, slowly, not as quick as it should be.
Probably because it's more
relatively more expensive here. I think.
Like for example, that new 1080, the new graphics card that Nvidia brought out, it's $599 in America, which isn't too bad for them. But over here, it's like 12, 13 grand.
Even after adjusting for exchange rates.
So,
and also our internet connection.
Internet connection.
Subpar compared to the.
But now with the incorporation of fiber,
It's still quite expensive.
It's still quite expensive, but at least neither do I. But at least they've incorporated it. And I think Telkom will eventually start rolling it out to more and more and be cheaper and cheaper. I mean, talking about that, I mean, playing online games, I think South Africans are quite a big disadvantage in most games because of the servers and the infrastructure that isn't here at the moment.
But they are adding in for places like Australia,
Yeah.
which is good, and also hopefully they'll come here as well. And I
So-
think that if servers do become more popular here, then and there are more servers here for games, gaming will become more popular and will grow.
So how do you think you can get their attention to come and like implement it in South Africa?
Well, yeah, then therein lies the problem.
Do you think like if they introduce gaming, you know, to like the poor communities, do you think it'll like improve the intelligence of the country, like the education systems?
I think it's a really good way to stimulate interest in informatics systems and stuff.
Yeah.
I do think South Africa could afford to invest in its own like software development or hardware development companies because we get everything from overseas. We don't nurture any sort of that intellectual capital here.
So they had like esports teams.
Yeah, at schools and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you gave it to them in their houses, they might see other things as more important.
Okay.
Like getting food and clothes.
The vast majority of gamers are students, I think, or the age that are students, and then if you're a student, you can't exactly afford top of the line rig in South Africa.
I mean, the costs of attending that school would be immense.
Unless they got sponsors and
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
But then again, even, I mean, talking about sponsors in South Africa, I don't think we have the level of sponsors that they have overseas.
They have, you know, huge tournaments overseas for millions of dollars, and then in South Africa we have marginally less.
So you think you'd play like professionally if you got paid
If there
for
was a
it?
big incentive, I think more people would pay.
But to have a decent one, you're looking at minimum 10,000 rand for
good internet.
Yeah.
Good internet, definitely.
Yeah, so I spent a lot getting internet and a PC because I used to play off a laptop with cruddy internet. So that's obviously affected things a lot.
If you could have it as a career, would you consider gaming competitively, like as a team?
Yeah, we could make enough money from it, yeah.
If it was an option financially and socially?
Yeah, definitely.